When people say Bangkok is the gay capital of Asia, boy are they not kidding. If you are someone who is into Asian guys, Bangkok is the closest thing to gay heaven that you can get to while you're here on this earth. So if you're coming to Bangkok for the first time and you're wondering where you should go, which bar you should go to, don't worry, I got you covered. In this video, I'm going to be going over all of the most popular and most well-known gay bars here in Bangkok. I'll give you the physical attributes of each place, the pros and cons, and also I'll recommend whether or not this place would be the right place for you. And luckily for you, all of these gay bars are basically in the same neighborhood, which is Siloam. And for those of you who don't know, Siloam is basically like the ground zero of gay shit here in Bangkok. I'll probably do another video one day about all the other gay bars that are located outside of the Siloam area, but for now, let's just stick to the basics. There is so much to Bangkok, so this video really is only just scratching the surface. But, you know, let's not waste any more time and let's just get started. So let's start with DJ Station. DJ Station is pretty much the most well-known and most versatile of all the gay bars we're gonna talk about today. Cover on a weekday is 300 baht, and depending on whether you come on a regular weekend or, you know, God forbid, one of the weekends of White Party or Songkran, expect the cover then to be around 400 or 500, maybe even 600, you never know. So yeah, just bring extra cash just in case. So the cover comes with 2 drink coupons, and the drinks were decent. If you know me well, I am a cocktail bitch, and I usually go for something that's either coconutty or something that just looks blue because, I don't know, I just like blue things. So obviously, given what's available on this menu, I opted for the Blue Hawaii. And as a lifelong weak-ass bitch, I thought that the Blue Hawaii was like the regular amount of strongness that I would expect from a drink. Like for reference, it normally takes me around 3 or 4 shots for me to start getting kinda lit. And yeah, after the 2 drinks I had at DJ Station, I was starting to feel pretty jovial. Definitely could be quite drunk if I drank 2 more of those. Now the best thing about DJ Station is its diversity. And I'm not just talking about the crowd. So the way DJ Station is set up, it kind of feels like 4 separate bars that kind of coexist as one entity. And each bar, or station, has its own vibe and crowd to it. For example, there's one place that's more for, you know, live performances and that sort of thing. And there's one place that's like, you know, a bit more EDM-y, more like your traditional club kind of thing. And then there's one which is like more K-pop or pop featured stuff. And it features like this platform for people to dance along with their favorite choreographies from their favorite songs. And because of this unique setup, you're basically getting a whole mixed fruits bag of people. They're coming in with a wide variety of ages, body types, and ethnicities. And because of the diverse types of people and music that you find in this place, it's kind of like an everything bar. There are places here where you can, like, you know, just sit down and chillax and just chill and talk to people and be social. And then there are other places that you can just, you know, dance and, you know, get your groove on and ham it up on the dance floor. That being said though, during its peak hours, this place can be super packed and crowded. It's so crowded to the point where like the central alley area, which kind of connects all 4 of the stations, that place can be like almost impossible to break through. But for the most part, I still think that DJ Station is a really great first stop, especially if you've never been to Bangkok before. It's crazy in its own way. It's pretty unique. It's like a good buffet of things, you know? It's got like a little bit of everything. And besides, if you end up not liking DJ Station because of the vibe or like for whatever reason, it's like right in the heart of Siloam, and there's many other gay bars that you can visit. It's like so central, you know what I mean? But yeah, speaking of the other bars, another one that's very popular is called G.O.D. So, I heard rumors that G.O.D is the hottest, sweatiest, most testosterone-driven place that you could be at. And they were not joking. Oh honey, no. They were not joking at all. So when I went in for my first ever time at G.O.D, I went in on a Wednesday at 11 p.m. And honey, it was fucking packed, okay? Craziness. On a Wednesday! Cover was 400 baht and it came with 2 drink coupons for the usual. But of course, depending on when you come to Bangkok, whether it be during the White Party season or during Songkran, the prices may change. So, you know, bring extra cash just in case. The drinks itself were okay. I got a vodka pineapple juice and it was exactly what I asked for. It was kind of diluted, I feel like. I feel like I could drink like maybe 4 or 5 of those before it got me going. You know what I mean? And this comes from a lightweight. So the place itself is like 3 floors, but the main space is like on the ground floor. That's probably where you're gonna be for like most of the night. The crowd during the times when I visited was like mostly Chinese people, like mainland Chinese, Malaysian Chinese, and if they weren't Chinese, they were like Southeast Asians, so Indonesians, Filipino, Vietnamese. And when I was there the past few nights, I saw a few Western men as well, a couple of black men, a couple of Hispanic people, and by a couple, I mean like 1 or 2. And across the board, everyone was pretty much super hot, or at the very least, like everyone was like very man, you know, very ho ho ho, very And by everyone, I mean like 80% of the people. The other 20% was like your mix of everyone else. Age-wise, I think everyone was predominantly in their late 20s or like mid-30s, mid to late 30s. And as for the music, it was very circuity. And actually that leads me to my main point about this place. G.O.D is basically just a mini circuit party. That's it. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So yeah, everything that you might like or dislike at a circuit party, it can be found at G.O.D. So if you know me well, if you're an OG on this channel, you would know that I did not particularly like it. But I know for sure there will be so many of you who would love this place. Like y'all would see this place as the place to be. I came here with a friend actually, and he had like such a great time. My lord. I wish I could enjoy it as much as he could. But for me personally, I just ain't about this vibe, and I'm definitely ain't about this music. For me, I don't really like the feeling of the hunt that is normally associated with circuit parties. The feeling of like, you know, having to like search around, and then that pressure to like to find a guy because, you know, everyone around you has a guy. And like, yes, I understand that technically you don't need to find a guy in order to have fun at like an event or like at a club. But I think that only really applies to people who like this kind of music. Because if you're like me and you equate the sound of circuit party music to like the sound of a blender, then like there's really no enjoyment for you to be had in a place like this. And since I can't vibe with the music, I'm just like... And yeah, I just like really don't like that feeling of like having to find a guy to bay up for the night, you know, like that pressure. I don't know, something about it. And like in these spaces, it's like more difficult to try to find something that is just like, you know, purely friendly and platonic. It's not impossible, of course, but like the vibe does not really nurture that kind of platonic friendship, you know what I mean? Although actually, I did meet this one guy who was really cool. He recognized me on YouTube. He was friendly and like, yeah, I could totally imagine being friends with him. You know who you are, if you know, you know. But yeah, G.O.D, it is very physical. And I totally understand why people would want that and why people would enjoy that. I just personally don't enjoy it in this setting. Like I like the feeling of the hunt in a gay sauna, but not in a circuit party. I don't know what it is. But anyways, all of that to say, if you are looking for something that's more of a circuit party kind of vibe, and / you're looking for just a bunch of hot muscular dudes to dance around with, to get connected with, this place will probably be very, very high on the list for you. The only thing though is that it can get like really, really crowded and very, very hot and sweaty. Like at one point during the night, it got so crowded and packed, like to the point where you were basically like being shoved to and fro and you didn't really have like any control or where you're being pushed towards. Like you could barely move. Like it wasn't to the point where it was dangerous, like you could still slip and slide your way through the cracks and that kind of stuff, but like it was very packed. Like if you're in the middle of all that with like your friends and you suddenly need to go to the bathroom or something, just say goodbye to your friends. You're not gonna find them again. If you're looking for something that's a bit more social and a bit more chill, this place is not it. And if you want good music, this place definitely ain't it, okay? I'm sorry. I know there are people who like circuit party music, I'm sorry. It's just not for me. But okay, what if you aren't really into muscular dudes? Or maybe you're too intimidated with a place like this. Maybe you're a bigger guy who's into other bigger guys. Or maybe you're just a twink who likes some chonky, I don't know. If that sounds like you, then this next place will be perfect for you. So Beef is our resident gay bear bar. If you're a bear or you're into bears, this is it. This is the place for you. But even if you aren't into bears, like myself, I still found this place to be very enjoyable. First of all, cover here is gonna be the most expensive out of all the places that I talked about. I went in on a Thursday night and the cover was around 600 baht and it came with the usual 2-drink coupons. And just to note, the security here was a bit more stringent than they are in other places. They'll ruffle through your bags a bit more carefully. They'll pat you down. They might ask you some questions. Like for me, I had a friend who gave me some Doxypep to try out for the first time, and like I had that in my bag, and like when the security guard pulled it out and started asking me about it, it caught me off guard a little bit. Like obviously I didn't really get into any trouble because it was just medicine, but you know, just a warning for you. Inside the bar is set up like a butcher's shop kind of thing, which I thought was really cute, and I really hope that's not real meat. But anyways, I think my most favorite thing about this place is actually just the music. Out of all the places that I've been to, I feel like Beef's music was the one that resonated with me the most. As for the crowd, well, it's a bear bar, so there were a lot of bears. Obviously, that doesn't mean everyone was a bear. I certainly wasn't. But a good 60 to 70% of people were. Age-wise, I think most people were in their 30s to 40s. Also, I think the vibe here is a lot friendlier than a place like G.O.D, for example. For example, I feel like if you were to walk past someone in this bar and if you were to smile at them, you're twice as likely to receive a smile back from that someone than you would at G.O.D. In fact, I feel like at G.O.D, if you smiled at someone, they would probably like think you were trying to hit on them and like look away. Something like that. There's also just a lot more room to just chill and vibe. There's like this entire outdoor balcony area where you can just like sit and smoke, and it's generally a lot quieter in this area. So you can just, you know, sit and chat with someone if you found someone interesting at the bar. Honestly, the music and the vibes were enough for me to want to come back at some point, even though personally I'm not really into bears, like I said. It was still a good time and it was like the right amount of crowdedness when I came in. It was not too busy, not too empty, just it was perfect. However, I do know that during peak season, it can be super crazy packed and it can be very difficult to come in. So do be aware if you're coming during a high time, during a high season, like White Party or Songkran or something, then you should probably try to come in early because otherwise you might get stranded outside for a whole ass hour like some of my friends. Now, the next place I'm going to talk about is a new favorite of mine called Circus Soi 4. Now, as someone who is alone a lot, and that's not really a complaint, by the way. I'm someone who is pretty comfortable with being alone, and I even prefer it sometimes because, you know, I consider myself to be like an ambivert. Sometimes I just want to chill, you know? Just be on my own, playing Skyrim or something. But yeah, sometimes as a solo traveler, it can be difficult to make new friends. And as a solo traveler, I think if you are a solo traveler, I think Circus Soi 4 is like the easiest place you can go to in order to make some new friends. When I came by, it was on a Sunday, and then it was still moderately pretty busy. It was Sunday night. All the tables were full and it was pretty lively. Drinks were around 300 baht each and it was your standard drink. Not too strong. Actually, I think 2.5 of those drinks would probably do me in. So yeah, like right amount of strongness, I guess. The crowd was very expat-y. There were a lot of foreigners in here and pretty much everyone spoke English. There was definitely a lot more white people here than Asian people and a lot of girls, which is not a complaint, by the way. I love girls. They're just so easy to talk to and they're normally such good vibes, you know what I mean? Now, the special thing about this place that I enjoyed the most was actually the performances. And look, I'm not really a drag guy. I don't watch RuPaul, and I don't really have that much of an interest in the craft. I generally think lip syncing is honestly kind of boring for me. It's not something that really excites me. I think it's kind of boring to watch. But honey, I feel like this place changed my mind a little bit. Definitely upped the ante for me. Specifically, it was because of this one performer who I thought was so good. She was so funny and hilarious, and she had really great stage presence. Like, she had mad aura. She knew how to work that stage, baby. Like, I honestly did not think I would have that great of a time while I was in there. But she, woo, honey, she made it worth, okay? So worth. And I found myself generally having such a great time while I was in there, despite being completely alone. And this is me we're talking about. I don't like drag. Overall, the atmosphere was very chill, very sociable. Like, this is definitely the kind of place that I would bring someone to have like initial drinks with in order to have a better conversation with them, in order to get to know them better. Like, it's not a crazy place. Like, you're not gonna be jumping around and dancing everywhere. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's a very sociable place. And maybe as like a starting appetizer kind of place. You know what I mean? Bring someone here, get to know them a little bit, then if you are feeling crazy, you can go to G.O.D or Beef or something. This place is also great if you're looking to have a good laugh because, again, performances, so funny, so great. And if drag is your thing, I feel like you would have way more fun here than I would. I mean, I thought it was pretty fun already and I don't like drag. So yeah, if you're a solo traveler looking for new friends, I would definitely recommend coming here. Everyone just seemed like super friendly. Like, I can totally imagine just like leaning over a little bit to the other table and being like, oh wow, the performances are so good. Oh, by the way, my name is Brian. How are you doing? Are you from Thailand? Blah, 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 blah. You know, very easy. Everyone looks so nice. So yeah, I feel like that is a good starter pack of gay bars for you to visit if you're visiting Bangkok for the first time. The first 3 are pretty well known and quite popular, and like there is so much more gay bars for you to check out. Like, honestly, I personally don't feel like I'm the best person to ask about Bangkok because there's just so much out there, you know? And like, I've only been to Bangkok like a few times and like I try to do as much as I can, but of course there's just so much, right? So if you're looking for someone who is a local, I'd highly recommend checking out this guy called Yourthaibestie. He makes so much funny and informational content about gay places in Bangkok, and he's available to help you if you are interested in finding specific gay things or you need like travel planning stuff. So yeah, go check him out if you need more specific things. And yeah, that's everything I had to say in this video. If you're someone who's coming to Ho Chi Minh City for the first time, and if you are in need of someone to help you navigate all of the gay spaces here in the city, or if you just need someone to hang out with for the day, I'm available as a tour guide. So if that interests you, you can check out the details on my website. You can message me there as well, or you can message me directly on Instagram or on my email. But anyways, yeah, that's everything I wanted to say in this video. Kind of a quickie. Just wanted to give my fellow homos out there a little Bangkok starter lesson, you know what I mean? Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Alright, see you!